We really are seeing a very good beginning for both players. A little bit of an unfortunate blink mishap for our Protoss player, but now he has a chance to get back in the game. We see he has several of the sentries with enough energy for a few force fields, as well as a couple reinforcing stalkers. Soup pushing up the ramp here with two Thors and a collection of Marines, going to push back the army of this Protoss player as those Thors just stomp through those force fields. Zealots being warped in to reinforce as the stalkers just melt away again to those Thors. Thor's able to clean up house here, going to try and do a little bit of damage, taking out one pylon, going for the second, trying to shut down these gates before they can warp in any more. Now moving towards the mineral line, although we do see several stalkers moving out. Will these Thors be enough to clean up these stalkers? It looks as though they may be. One Thor in the red, one in the yellow. The red Thor goes down, but one Thor still stomping around, decides to pull out now before he gets anyone pregnant. No, I mean before he gets picked off by reinforcing units. As we see, there are some reinforcing units pushing forward to protect the natural. The natural staying up, no economic harass there, just some army damage and pylon harass, although we do now see that there is a total of 5 Thors out on the field for Soup, as well as several Marines. If we look at the army count, it's 100 over 49, favoring our Terran players, so really in a great position here. Soup doing some damage, doing some harass, and now feeling comfortable to sit back, build up his army, and look for another expansion. It is 15 minutes into the game, a great place to take your third, as we do see a third going down for our Protoss player as well as for our Terran. Both players fairly on par in terms of expanding at the same time, really fairly evenly matched. It's just come down to those Thors being able to clean up when it comes to those gateway units. We are seeing some forges go down for our Protoss player as he's looking to get some upgrades, really beef up his army right now, warping in a bunch more stalkers. Stalkers perhaps not the best unit to take on the army we are seeing from our Terran, as he has 5, 6, perhaps, 6 Thors and 20 Marines out on the field. So this is going to be fairly difficult for stalkers to clean up. The support of the Zealots is good, but the Zealots still aren't going to be able to take out those Thors without some sort of Tier 2 unit to really help them out. Void Rays or Colossi or even Immortals would really be helpful, although the Immortals could be in trouble if they face the Marines directly. So we're seeing a double expansion from Soup, as he's now putting down a fourth around 18 minutes, 17:30, 18 minutes, and we now have 8 Thors out on the field. The army count is 142 over 94, so Soup's sitting comfy, content to work on these double expansions, really get his economy going, as he's mined out at his main and wants to be on at least 3 bases here, continuing to just press the advantage, as we see the third up and running for our Protoss player, although Protoss should be a little bit concerned. He's not aware. Soup scans down on the base. He's going to see the positioning of that army and its composition, knowing that he's sitting pretty with those Thors against those gateway units. He's not going to feel too much pressure here. If we look, the Thors are 1-1-1, and the Stalkers are 0-0, as well as the Zealots. The Marines are one weapons upgrade, no armor upgrade, but we now have 10 Thors out on the field, as well as 38 Marines. We are seeing some High Templar, 3 High Templar, who have enough for some feedback, not enough for storms quite yet, but almost there, and it could be any second now, and when those as to when those storms will be ready. 12 Thors out on the field, though. Feedback could do some damage to those Thors, but the army of Soup pushing forward. He has a mass load of Thors, able to stim those Marines as these Thors just absolutely chew through the army of our Protoss player as Soup presses in. These High Templar are going to storm the Marines, but only taking out a couple. Many of those Marines down in the red, yellow, and orange area, but only 1 or 2 dying. The Thors all in above red, 1 in the orange, but just this army is way too powerful for these High Templar. And there's the GG from HyrenFREAK. The Soup GG's back, and that's game. So that was game 2 of our Thursdat Thunder direct elimination tournament. Goes to Soup, who will stay in the winner's bracket, while Freak drops down to the loser tier.